Bubba, we were talking also, we got golden ticket seats and guests here today, and one of our sponsors of the Rick and Bubba Show, you usually see him here usually around Christmas time, Chord buddy, Travis Perry. Travis, one of the things we're going to ask him about, he brought his daughter by to watch the show today, is he actually appeared on Shark Tank, and I love this show.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do y'all love, do you love that show?
I love it. I have a lot of questions about it. And,
So,
when Travis came by today, I said, well, gosh, there's nobody better to ask than somebody who was on there,
So, yeah, we got a text yesterday that he was going to bring his daughter by, and I told him, we got a lot of folks in here. By the way, we did have another group coming out of Georgia that sadly, one of the people in the group has this stomach virus that's going around.
Oh, yeah.
So Travis and his daughter were rolling through, headed to Nashville, I think, right, Trav?
Yeah.
And so we got to talking about, because I watch this show all the time, and when you were on, tell us the panel when you were on. It was
let's see. It was Mark Cuban sitting on the left. This is seared into my brain, so I just shut my eyes and I'll reconstruct it for you. Mark Cuban, Damon Johns
From FUBU.
That's right. Kevin O'Leary,
He's the difficult one.
Oh, he's a jackwad.
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
you don't like him?
Well, he's just me and him don't g-haul.
I got
you.
you.
know,
I
the
got
people you don't g-haul with.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah.
he's one.
Yeah, right.
And he's just if you ain't making him money, he ain't got time for you.
Right, yeah.
You know.
And then who else?
Barbara Corcoran, and then my partner Robert Hershevik.
So you
And
were,
Robert was probably as well known, Rick, or better known for being on Dancing with the Stars with Kim Johnson, who he ended up marrying later on.
That's
so
right.
so you were on, and they picked you. You were offered a deal.
Oh, I had to deal with every one of them. I mean, I could have picked whoever I wanted. Then I did a side deal with Lori Grenier. I had a 3-year contract with QVC,
Right.
and that ended last year. But yeah, they're playing it there.
Yeah, they're showing it. So
Some highlight there.
So tell us what when you make this pitch, and then what happens? At what state was your company in when you went on there? Just this.
I had been open for 18 months, and we had done roughly $232,000 in sales during that 18 months. And I mean, it was me literally with cord bays in the back of my car, begging Clay Bailey out here at Bailey Brothers to take a few,
Right, yeah.
going all over then within 10 months of appearing on Shark Tank, we had done almost $4 million.
So it made that much difference.
Yeah. Crazy. In fact, you did.
Yes.
You did a Bailey Brothers.
We
with
sure
us.
did. The remote down here.
Yeah.
So what happens? What happens after the deal?
Well, and it's different with everybody, but what helped me more than anything is Robert just liked me. I was the good old boy from Alabama that taught him how to play guitar and taught his kids how to play guitar.
All right, let me ask you
He's
this.
always wanted to be a rock star, like everybody.
Before you get into that, so I mean, it was on TV. What kind of deal did you make with him on TV? What was the deal?
Yeah, and it's good you say that because the deals always change.
Yeah,
They're never
yeah.
what you see. But it was
Lawyers, you got to get through that part.
$275 for 10%.
That,
It was $275 for 20%. I actually wanted $125 for 10%, but we
Right.
ended up at $275 for 20%.
You got them bidding against each other a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember the show.
Yeah.
And so you came out ahead because a lot of times they rake these folks over the coals and they want controlling interest and all these other things. So I think you came out pretty good on that deal. And they're always worried about your product and do you have the rights to it?
Right.
And, because if they make it successful, what stops somebody else from replicating it and cutting into and you had all that tied up. You had it done right.
Yeah, I had patents and patents.
Right.
We have more patents now because I've come out with more products
Right.
and invented more products.
So the show ends. What happens then? You go to the dressing room. Take us from there. How this works?
I picked Robert up and literally towed him out. I mean, just like Jethro Bodine.
Threw him over your shoulder.
I'm hauling him out. I'm taking him with me. We're going on the Redneck Riviera tour. And so the next week, his team calls and they said, "All right, we need to start." Now there's a 6 months time gap between
Right.
filming and air dates. So
Right.
there's a lot going on. But you just start strategizing and making calls and doing interviews and a lot of radio and
Right.
TV interviews. Went on with John Rich. Me and John did Mike Huckabee show.
So you felt like they did help you with marketing big time. that they did a good job.
Is that
of
where a
getting
lot
out.
of the money goes into advertising it and getting a more streamlined
Yeah.
process for delivery and,
Yeah.
and out to, like you said, instead of just dealing with one or two music stores, dealing with a bigger
Well,
chain
we're in
or
Guitar
delivery?
Center now.
Right.
We're in Toys R Us.
Right.
We're in channels, retail channels that I could have never got
Right.
into without the power of Shark Tank and Robert calling or Lori Grenier calling on my behalf. And
And what does
things like
Robert
that.
do? I mean, where did he make his money? What's his expertise?
Internet security. It's like Norton antivirus on steroids.
Right.
He does antivirus for governments, for financial, like Wall Street. In
You said
Canada.
going to his office was pretty secure.
Retina scan, voice scan, thumbprint. There's parts of his.
It's like going to see Nick Saban.
Almost as difficult to see a Nick Saban. But yeah, there's parts of his company that he's never been in because he's not authorized to go in. But we're walking down this hall, and I'm looking at all of this things on the wall, like looking through their TV screens, and he hits a button and it turns to granite.
Wow. Changes the whole scene.
Oh yeah, so you can't see in there.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah, then he hits
What?
it again, and all of a sudden you can see it.
Now, what's your relationship with him now?
Well, I mean, we're not dating or anything.
But I'm talking,
But I mean, he's a partner in
he
your
still-
company,
is he-
right?
Yeah, he's equity. He owns equity. It's not 20% though. I won't tell what the percentage is because I'm bound.
I just meant, were y'all still in business?
Oh yeah,
together?
yeah. I just talked to him 2 weeks ago because
Okay.
he's added some more people to his team.
Okay.
But he called me the week of Shark Tank and he said, "I want to renegotiate my position with you." And I said, "Dang, Robert, I can't give you any more."
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can do anything.
Anything's
yeah.
negotiable,
Yeah.
I guess,
And
if
I
both
said, "Man,
parties are in it."
I can't give you any more. I mean, I gave you 20%.
Yeah.
He says, "No, I want less." I said, "Oh, you want less?" He said, "Yeah." He says, "Because when people see this product, you won't need me." He said, "Believe me, the money's going to come pouring in. You won't need it." And I said, "Okay, well, I didn't believe that, first, but," and he said, I said, "So what do you want?" He said, I want 3%.
Wow.
And I said, "Really?" So we ended up somewhere outside of 3, but he said, "I don't want the 275 to come between our relationship and you regretting that I had 20% of your company and you made that 275 in minutes." And I said, "Okay, you drive a hard bargain, but okay, all right then, let's do it."
But it made a tremendous difference.
Oh, I mean, I would probably still be in business without it, but we would not be. I mean, we're over 15 million in sales.
15 million.
Wow. Of Chord Buddies.
Yeah, we just sold
How about
over
them chords?
500,000 Chord Buddies. Over 500,000 people.
How does most of that move off or out of the warehouse? Is it online or is it at one of the retail?
More and more, it's going wholesale, but we're trying to build up our online more because we get full pop if we sell it online. So we're trying to build that up more, but. You got SEO black box gurus, and all
Wow.
that.
We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba.
All right, so if you have questions, 866 We Be Big with Travis, and he can tell you about the Shark Tank experience. Joseph is in Rainbow City, where it all began 24 years ago. As a matter of fact, just this January. So
Speaking of Shark Tank,
I'm telling you, you talk. We didn't have anybody there, but we did have people that put us on the air. So Joseph, thanks for your patience. You're on with Travis. Go ahead.
Hey, Travis. Hey, I was just wondering what was some of the things they may have edited out that they kept off of the main thing as far as when they were filming it, and also did they put a lot of pressure on you? What was your overall experience, and did you have it to where they were reasonable, or were they always just trying to take advantage, or what kind of experience did you have? Because I watched that show as an entrepreneur, and I was interested in maybe having it to where a new product line, we get their help on it or something like that, or if I came up with a patent. But I was just wondering about those types of things.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for your call. And, my personal experience for years, I was an entrepreneur. And finally, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
So,
right.
thanks to Shark Tank.
well, Travis, I think it's that's a good line. I think it's an interesting concept because you have inventors and small business people who have tried to hook up with venture capitalists and people that wanted to finance them for years. I mean, it's happened in boardrooms and coffee shops, but to get to see it happen live on TV and get to see these guys compete against each other, which I think was more the idea when they first started, that they were going to eat each other up. And you see some of that. A lot of times it's the people bringing the plan that gets eat up.
Right.
But I think it was an amazing concept. Do the producers of the show give them money to spend, or do they always have to spend their own money?
No, it's 100% their money.
So they have disposable money to come on the show to use.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, I was looking at a story. I think they are celebrating maybe tonight
$100 million.
$100 million of deals that they have handed out so far.
Well, and back to that guy's question.
A lot of it ends up on the cutting room floor. I was in the tank for over 90 minutes, and so my whole segment, including what they call your home segment, where they flew to Dothan and shot all the family. Because I invented the product for Brady, actually, is why I did it. And I regret it, honestly. But all the boring stuff about shares, stuff that people really at home doesn't care about, is what ends up. Because if they like a product, then they start asking, okay, so if you do a deal with Robert, we can tell you liking Robert over here. How's your company structured for international investors? How's your taxes set up for someone that comes in from another country? And so I had to stop. I said, to be honest, I don't know. So I had to call my accountant and get him on the phone, and so that took a little while.
So all that happened during that time?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I made 2 calls, one to our attorney and one to our accountant to ask. Cuban wants to know how international investors, how we're set up for taxes or something,
How was Cuban?
Cuban was good. Cuban really liked the product, but the only thing that isn't true about my segment is they edit it so it looks like he said, well, you've got 3 young kids. This is going to take a lot of you getting out on the road and traveling and to support it. I just don't think you're going to be able to do that. For that reason, I'm out. That's not when he got out. He got out because he asked about voting rights and proxy for how proxy voting worked with us, and because I own the majority of the company, was my vote more important than everybody else's, and blah blah. And I answered it wrong. I misunderstood what he asked me, and I answered it wrong. He goes, "Well, if that's the way your company's set up, I'm out." So that's when he got out. And then I circled back around and said, "Hey, Mark, I've thought about what you asked me, and this is the way it's set up." I answered it. He said, "Well, because Robert and everybody else wants in," he said, I'll still stay out.
All right.
Okay. Huh. That's in. So a lot of it does end up. It takes a lot longer than what we see, obviously, but it still is a legitimate. They're not pressuring you. Hey, won't you go with so and so? It's all your decision. And these are real offers and real everything.
They know nothing about you going in. They actually have to leave the set in between.
People setting up.
Yeah, because
they want a cold experience of seeing it firsthand.
Right. Yeah, they might have a minute before you walk out there that they can see what the prop is, but they don't know anything about it.
Let's go to Regina, Birmingham, Alabama, 104.7 WZZK. Regina, go ahead.
Hi, I'm curious. I took a lot of interest when you were on the show because I grew up real near Dothan, Alabama. And I was curious about the Math Buddy, whether that ever took off, and whether you ever had to bring take your jobs overseas because of that. I saw the update about it, and that was the concern at that point. And I'll hang up and I'll listen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Math Buddy still in the works. Went up and presented that to our governor, who loved it. He said that he actually thinks that Math Buddy is the single-handed best product that he's ever seen that can get kids excited about math. And if y'all don't know what Math Buddy is, it's something we're developing that teaches mathematical principles, division, multiplication, subtraction, and addition, while you're playing the guitar.
Oh, I thought it was the Asian girl that sat by me.
Yeah.
My math buddy.
C. Circle C.
I need a math buddy.
But he had his issues this year, as we know. So we've pulled back.
Yeah, he kind of forgot about the math buddy.
Yeah.
He had a buddy. It had nothing to do with math. But we'll.
But we're working on that. We're trying to get guitar in more schools. Every kid out there, you hold up a recorder or a guitar or tuba guitar.
Oh yeah.
They want to play guitar, but guitar's only taught in 7% of schools nationwide.
Really, what you've
What a
done,
disconnect.
you tried to make the reality of that scene in a School of Rock when he got caught teaching. He tried to teach math with his guitar. You really thought, hey, that might be a good idea.
It is.
Yeah, well,
When you
because
sing
there's
it, you
money for
remember
math.
it.
That's the thing.
And you can remember it. I mean, we learned that with School of Rock.
Right. I'm going to have to ask you to get your glasses straightened. I've looked at it all morning. I don't know if it's your headphones that keeps making them crooked. I mean, they're not just there. Is
that better?
Yeah, that's
unbearable.
I think I did it the other day too. And I think Stevie or somebody.
This is those fold up ones you put in your pocket. They're not quite as
Maybe I need to
streamlined,
get and then a level for glasses.
Glass buddy.
That's what it is. You put the headphones on it. You put the headphones on it. It happened to me the other day. Speedy's like, you're going to have to straighten those glasses. Well, Travis, thanks. It was great having you.
Thank y'all.
I appreciate
And
you.
we're really, really proud of your success.
Thank you.
And you've been an advertiser here on the show. We're proud of that, too.
And everywhere I go, people say, "Man, I heard you on Rick and Bubba." Heard you on Rick and Bubba. And we were in Sam's Clubs for 3 or 4 years, and everybody came up. So y'all's reach goes far and wide.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
And continued success.
We'll be back.